What's up, everybody? Welcome to week 33 here on the 88 series, guys. Yeah, thank you once again for stopping in. Alrighty, yeah, so the remaining films went into that randomizer, hit that random button, and we've got The Carpenter. Yes, The Carpenter, released by Scorpion Releasing. Yeah, very, very cool edition here. Was totally happy when Scorpion released this, the fully uncut version. This movie was really butchered to death back in the day. Such a shame. But here it is, fully, restored and fully uncut. Yeah, so getting into the plot of this one. Basically, this movie centers around your main character, Alice. She is basically having some mental issues. She's having basically kind of like a breakdown in all aspects of her life. She's having like really bad night terrors and night visions and stuff. She's kind of like seeing weird things and stuff. So she's kind of in and out of the hospital a little bit. It's not helping that she's married to like a total douchebag. He's relentless. He doesn't really give two shits about Alice that much. He's like a college professor. So, and on that line, he is not only, not really giving a shit about Alice's mental health. He's actually cheating on her with, one or many of his students and stuff like that. So this is contributing to her total mental breakdown and whatnot. Now, the only thing that's keeping her sane is that they've just moved into this very old, kind of bigger house, but it totally needs redoing. So they have hired like a whole team of personnel, like workers and stuff, to work on this house. Meanwhile, she stays at home and she works on the inside of the house and whatnot, and she seems to be really enjoying herself and whatnot. So anyways, one specific night, she goes to sleep, and she kind of wakes up to the sound of like hammering nails and stuff like that. So she goes downstairs and she sees a carpenter, working in the basement, and that carpenter is played by Wings Howard. And basically, he's like this really nice guy, and he just says, he's got a job to do, and he wants to get it done. She doesn't really think anything of it, because she just figures this guy's part of the work team, the construction crew, and she just kind of plays it off like, well, this guy's in my house, working, which is kind of odd. But she buys the line in that he's just there to get the job done, and he's a very nice guy. Now, this starts going on and on every single night and whatnot. Now, her husband, of course, doesn't wake up to any of these sounds and stuff because he takes sleeping pills to go to sleep. It's not really explained why he takes sleeping pills and knocks himself unconscious every single night, but anyways, he starts this relationship with the carpenter, and it keeps going on and stuff like that. And yeah, so basically, it's kind of like, as you're watching the film, it's like, is it really going on, or is it real, or is it fake, or whatnot and stuff. So, and that's basically the premise of the film. Well, besides the fact that everybody that does her harm in her life, or, causes her any type of grief, winds up dead, and that's the carpenter. He's this really nice guy, but, everybody around her that does her harm winds up dead, and, this keeps going on and stuff. So anyways, yeah, that's the whole premise of the film. Now, my thoughts on this one. I remember watching this movie way back in the day, and even now, I still have the same thoughts on it. This movie has a very dreamlike feel to it, which I think that, that was pretty much what they were trying to accomplish with it and stuff. But, that's not really giving anything away. Definitely not a spoiler, but it's got this really cool kind of dreamlike atmosphere in certain scenes, and then you can tell with other scenes that it's completely like, reality, but is it reality and stuff? I think they did a pretty decent job with that. Now, overall, it's a pretty cheesy film. Like, the kills are pretty interesting. Of course, they're all done by the carpenter, and of course he uses various carpentry tools and stuff to take out the victims and whatnot. I think that's pretty cool. You can tell, in this restored version, the scenes that were cut out, and it's just truly amazing what they did cut out. They actually cut out, like, every single kill in this film. It's pretty nasty, but pretty cool film, though. I really enjoy it. Like I said, it's got a very simple type premise to it. Some very unlikable characters in the film, but But you know, you really do feel for Alice. You know, is she fucking crazy, or is she not crazy? You know, that's the question, right? But you know, accompanied by, you know, not the greatest score in the world. I think that was kind of a letdown to this movie is that I think they should have had more of like a little more depth in the score and the, you know, the atmospheric music and stuff. I think it should have been utilized a little more than it was. Kind of a little bit of a downfall to the film, but you know, it's still very overall enjoyable. I think the acting's good. I think Alice does a really good job. I think she's played by Lynn Adams. I think she does a really good job in this. As for the Carpenter, Wings Hauer, his fucking just ridiculous one-liners in this film are worth the watch in itself, you know. And of course, you know, the ridiculous kills and whatnot too. But I think it's enjoyable, man. If you really like 80s slashers, this is definitely one to seek out and check out. It's definitely worth the watch. It's by no means a great film. I do really enjoy the end. I think the end of the film is really, really cheesy. You know, what they have to do in order to, you know, to solve their issues without giving anything away. But what they have to do is so fucking cheesy. But it does make sense to the story. It does make sense because, you know, you do get a bit of backstory for, you know, the Carpenter and stuff like that and whatnot. But I don't know. It's an interesting, fun little slasher from the late 80s. You know, this is way past the golden era slashers, but it's still okay. It's still okay. If I had to rate this one, I'd probably give it a, you know, a solid 6.5 out of 10. It's nothing spectacular. I really do like one kill in this film having to do with kind of like vice grips or whatever. It's pretty cool shit. But yeah, definitely check out the Carpenter. Very cool. I think you can get this edition for super cheap from Scorpion. Yeah, I think it probably runs 11 or 12 bucks. It's not out of print or anything, so. But yeah, give this one a shot. Very cool film. Yeah. And I think that's going to do it, man. There's not really a whole lot to say about the movie, so, you know. Week 33, The Carpenter. Definitely give it a shot if you've never seen it. And, you know, if you're looking for a copy, seek it out, man. It's uncut, finally, so. Anyways, well, not finally. It's been out for a couple of years, I think. But anyways, guys, I'm just carrying on here for no reason. I'll see you guys next week in week 34. And yeah, peace.